Are Micro Four Thirds cameras dead? Well, let's get to the bottom of this. There's been a lot of hype around full-frame cameras, with a lot of creators claiming that there is currently no place for the Micro Four Thirds cameras in the market. Well, this couldn't be further from the truth, with companies like Sony flooding the market with some crazy full-frame cameras with impeccable autofocus system. Even the kings of Micro Four Thirds themselves, Panasonic, have been dropping some sick full-frame cameras of late, with the S1, the S5, the S5 II. I don't know the others, but I just know the S5 is fire. But does that mean that the Micro Four Thirds cameras will now be wiped out of the market? Well, let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tony Slay. I'm a recording artist, music producer, and a cinematographer based in Germany. And in this channel, I share a lot of filmmaking and music related content. If that sounds like something that you're into, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. The Panasonic GH4 and GH5 revolutionized filmmaking completely, especially for the indie filmmakers. They were like a must-have. Like, are you even a filmmaker if you've never used these cameras, man? The Panasonic GH series uses the Micro Four Thirds system. The only downside for me, in my opinion, is the low light capability. Maybe the bokeh, but I don't really care about that. I think it's more important in photography than in videography, but I digress. I don't know about the autofocus system. I don't think the autofocus has anything to do with the Micro Four Thirds system. I think that's another thing, but I think those are the only two downsides of this system. These cameras have a lot of advantages. The IBIS is unbeatable in these cameras, you know, especially the GH5 and GH6. The GH6 is incredible. I think the camera has like a tripod mode, a mode in which you can lock your shot to look as if it was shot on a tripod, which is just crazy, although it was shot handheld. The Micro Four Thirds lenses are also pretty small and lightweight, making it easier for you to use them when you're traveling. Like, you can just throw them in your bag, you can just pack them, like your luggage won't be that heavy compared to full frame lenses, you know. The lenses are also way cheaper compared to the full frame or even the APS-C lenses, meaning if you're on a budget, you can easily get some good glass on the Micro Four Thirds system compared to when you have a full frame camera. And then to my favorite point, the ability to adapt different lenses onto these camera bodies. Oh my goodness, I love that. I love the fact that I can just take a Nikon lens, buy an adapter and use it on these camera lenses, on these camera bodies. I mean, I can take a Canon lens, buy an adapter and use it on a Panasonic GH5 or GH6 or GH4. I can take a Sigma lens and adapt it to these camera bodies. Like, it's so good, it's so awesome, it's so amazing, because when I buy a GH5 or a GH6, for example, and I already own a Canon, I don't need to buy extra lenses. I can just buy an adapter and use those Canon lenses on this camera, and that's so awesome. If I own a Nikon camera, I can just buy an adapter for the lenses that I already own, and I'll be good to go. That's one thing that made me fall in love with the Micro Four Thirds cameras. You don't have to spend crazy money on glass. You can have quality glass at a very cheap price, or you can just adapt to your already existing lenses and you're good to go and you get amazing footage. The size of the sensor is not a huge trade-off when you can just buy an adapter, a Metabon adapter or a Viltrox adapter that can help you gain extra stops of light, hence enhancing the low light capabilities of these cameras. My backlight just went off, but I'll just finish this video without it anyway. The ability of the Panasonic GH6 to film 5.7K at 60 frames per second and 4K at 120 frames per second is incredible. And also for this camera to be able to film ProRes RAW and just cost $1,700 is beyond imagination. And these are the things that I love about the Micro Four Thirds system. So to conclude this video, do I think the Micro Four Thirds system is dying? I don't think so. If Panasonic just fixes the autofocus in the GH series, I do believe they'll remain competitive for a pretty long time in the market. Unless somebody comes up with a cheaper full frame camera that offers everything that these Micro Four Thirds cameras are offering and also has cheaper lenses, I don't think Micro Four Thirds will be wiped out of the market anytime soon, because all of this stuff that I've just mentioned, you know, the lighter lenses, cheaper lenses, the ability to adapt different lenses to these cameras. You know, it's these small things that are gonna make the Micro Four Thirds cameras continue remaining in the market for a long time. If you got value from this video, kindly give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to see some audio related content, you can check this out. And if you'd like to see how our unplanned trip to Barcelona led to an epic music video, you can check this out here. Otherwise, thank you for watching and stay blessed. Blessings.